Alright boys, let's go quick scope some noobs. What the, oh my god, what do I do? How do I play this game? Hey guys, welcome to my tutorial on how to play League of Legends. For those of you who know the game and just want to know how to play Garen, skip ahead by clicking the link on screen. For those of you who have no idea about the game and want to get started, stay tuned. Now, League of Legends falls within the genre of MOBA, which stands for Massive Online Battle Arena. The game involves two teams of 5 champions fighting against each other to destroy the enemy team's nexus. By using your champion's strengths and weaknesses and showing off your general skill and game knowledge, your team will end up winning and completely annihilate the opposing team. So this is just a loading screen, so we just have to wait for all the other players to load in. Normally we do have other players in the game. There will be 10 players total, but this is a custom game with just me, so I can show you how to play. So this over here is our team's nexus, and up here is the enemy team's. So protecting each team nexuses are a series of towers, which can be found in the top, middle, and bottom lanes, and I'm pretty sure you can guess which ones are which. So destroying all these structures is how you win the game. That's it. That's how you play League of Legends. Okay, so good luck on the fields of justice, and I'll catch you all later on the next video. If it were that easy, I wouldn't have to make a video. Before you get into a game, you must pick a champion. Every champion has a passive, 3 normal abilities, and 1 ultimate ability, which can be seen at the bottom of the screen. These unique abilities define what kind of champion you are playing. For example, mages tend to have abilities which deal massive amounts of magic damage, scaling with ability power. They can usually cast them in quick succession, quickly draining an enemy's health. Their abilities tend to also have additional effects that can change the flow of combat, such as stuns and slows. Marksmen tend to have long-range physical damage scaling abilities, along with steroids that multiply their auto-attack damage, which is the bulk of their damage per second. Supports usually have some heals and shields to empower their own team, rather than dealing damage to enemies. How you use these specific abilities in different scenarios will decide whether your team can conquer the enemies. There are over 100 champs in the game, so no 2 games are ever the same. My champion of choice is Garen, who is a durable melee fighter who thrives in close quarters combat, but struggles when he can't get close to an enemy.
Always for Demacia.
Let's go over his abilities. Abilities are binded to the Q, W, E, and R keys, so it is wise to have your left hand on those keys while you play. Garen's passive is Perseverance, which enables him to recover health if he has not been damaged in the last few seconds. Since Garen is melee, he is vulnerable to being attacked by ranged champions. This ability allows him to recover health when he retreats, so he will always be healthy in combat. Garen's Q is Decisive Strike. Garen gains a small move speed boost and enables his next attack to deal bonus damage and silence the enemy for 1.5 seconds, which removes their ability to cast spells. Use this spell to initiate an attack or when trying to escape, since it temporarily increases his movement speed. His next ability is his W, Courage, which is a pretty simple spell, which passively grants Garen armor and magic resist whenever he kills a unit. The more you kill, the more resistances you get. When the ability is activated, Garen gains a 20% damage resistance for a few seconds. Use this when you're about to be hit by a large amount of damage in order to mitigate a portion of it.
Minions have spawned.
His E ability is Judgment, which causes Garen to spin his sword around him, dealing damage to anyone in range for 3 seconds. This is your main damage spell, and is the reason why Garen is so dangerous when he is close. This ability has a high damage, but very short range, so only use it when enemies are close enough. His last ability is his ultimate spell, Demacian Justice, which causes a massive sword to fall from the sky, dealing damage to a single enemy. This ability's damage is increased based on how much health the target is missing, so try to only use it when trying to finish a target off. Now that you know what each of his abilities do, it's time to show you some general combos. Garen's main damage combo is using Q to gain move speed and get into range, attack and silence enemy, preventing them from retaliating, then using E to deal damage to an enemy, finally using R to finish the wounded enemy off. Garen is a champion who's generally played in the top lane, so let's make our way there now. The objective of the early stages of a match, or laning, is to gather golden experience, which allows you to level up, increasing your power. To do this, you either have to kill an enemy champion to get their bounty, or deal the killing blow on a minion. Don't worry if you can't get the last hit on the minion the first time, all it takes is practice to do it consistently. The amount of bonus gold we gain by killing minions is much greater than the amount you would normally gain passively. This act of dealing the killing blow on minions is called farming. What we are doing now is pushing our minions into his tower by killing all of his minions. This prevents my enemy from gaining any valuable gold and experience, since the tower will kill all the minions before he gets there. This is called denying. Now we are attacking the tower while our enemy is not present. This is called pushing. We have a lot of gold, so let's go back to base to spend it. Since we are facing two characters who deal primarily magic damage, I am going to buy a null magic mantle, which gives us magic resistance, as well as a ruby crystal, which increases our health. I have a little bit of gold left over, so I'm going to buy a longsword, which increases our attack damage, as well as boots to increase my movement speed. Had my opponents dealt physical damage, I would have bought a cloth armor instead of the null magic mantle. What you buy from the shop is up to you, but be careful as buying more damage instead of defenses will make you easier to kill. When buying items, take into account the scaling on your abilities. Green numbers indicate the ability scales on ability power, whilst orange indicates attack damage scaling. When in doubt of which items to buy, follow the recommended items and you will never go wrong. Back to our lane we go. We don't want our partner to have to endure a 1v2. This is a picture of the League of Legends minimap. Every 30 seconds, a new wave of minions will spawn in each of the 3 lanes. Every lane is protected by 3 towers. They also have 1 inhibitor for each of their lanes. When an inhibitor is destroyed, the opposing team will start spawning super minions in that lane. Super minions are much stronger than regular minions and will tear your base apart if left alone. Always listen to your allies. Oftentimes, they know things that you don't. Avoid fighting if the enemy is stronger than you. You will have a higher chance of dying. When ahead, focus on killing towers rather than enemy champions, as towers are the main objectives of the game. Avoid insulting players who aren't performing well, as this will generally make them perform even worse. Last and perhaps the most important thing about League of Legends is to have fun.
We fight for those
Best of luck out there, and I'll catch you all later. Peace!